Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming out. It is Tuesday afternoon. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay, y'all. Oop, let me get my document up. There we go. How's everybody doing? Thanks for coming, Dice and Dishes. Thanks for coming, Grant. Let me do a little test to make sure that it's gonna work. Test? Yes. Okay, awesome. Dice and Dishes says they're starting a new character in a Friends campaign, Blood Hunter Hexblade Warlock. I have never played a Blood Hunter before. Will this be your first time, Dice and Dishes? That's originally a Critical Role, right? It's kind of like a Monster Hunter class. That's cool. That's cool. Today on Adventure Prep, we are going to be... What's up, 2Army Kid? Thanks for coming and hanging out. It's always nice to see you. Here I thought no one was going to be here, and here you all are. Thanks for hanging out. So I have a bunch of games coming up, which is exciting, but also a little stressful. I have basically I'm doing a week of D&D camps. So that's where I run one session a day for X number of days. I'm doing a 5-day camp. What's up, David? Look at this chat. Y'all be popping off. It's awesome. So I have a 5-day camp coming up next week. And I have a lot of prep that needs to be done. Thankfully, the characters, both of my 10-year-old parties are in Dungeon of the Mad Mage. They just kind of stumbled their way in there, or are going to stumble in there very soon. But I kind of promised them that there would be a lot of magic items in the dungeon, because I kind of assumed that as a dungeon, there's going to be a lot of treasure. And Castle Red Fox is here too. Oh my gosh, look at all these people. This is awesome. I kind of assumed that there would be a lot of treasure, and there is just not that much, at least not in the high levels. And Jose, look at this chat. This is wild. Thanks for coming, everybody. It was so funny, because I was like really close to canceling the stream today, because I felt like, no one's going to be here. Well, it's Tuesday afternoon, but look at this chat. This is awesome. I haven't talked to you in a long time, Jose. What's going on, man? We missed you at the world building stream. So long story short, I need to brainstorm a bunch of magic items that I can put in my Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I want to keep them exploring. I want to keep them wanting to get through different rooms. And they even have kind of a special magic item. Those of you familiar with the adventure, obviously spoilers for Dungeon of the Mad Mage here, know that there's kind of an interesting idea that they introduce but don't really do anything with. There's like one of Halaster's former apprentices has like basically downloaded her consciousness into the dungeon. And you sort of can help them get through gates and open doors and stuff for them. It's hinted at, but it's never really done to the full extent. So I kind of gave characters access to this sort of like Jarvis-esque version. Jarvis-esque is very difficult to say. Character that kind of they can set in different modes. There's like a detection mode, which lets them know if there are creatures around. There's There's like a protection mode that gives them advantage on saving throws against traps. And then there's a, there's a direction mode, which like points them towards the nearest magic item. So that means though I have to have a lot of magic items to make this work. So I'm going to go through the magic items that are presented here in the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide. But chat, what I want you guys to do is start brainstorming ideas for other magic items. I want to people this dungeon with tons of magical loot to kind of keep them wanting to open doors. These kids love to get magic items and loot, but they don't really use them. They like stacking them up to the ceiling. So I'm not worried about attuning. I'm not worried about how many items they can possibly have. I just want them to be excited to look in what's the next room, right? And to think that the value proposition of opening a door and fighting a monster is, worth it. So I'm just going to go through these tables and start writing things down. And then if y'all want to shout at me some like ideas for cool or interesting or like non-standard magic items. Let's open up the chat. What's going on? Oh yeah, you've got a game on Sunday? That's cool. How's your game going, Jose? Talk to us about it. Grant says that his wife plays a Blood Hunter and loves it. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I've not had a chance to check those out. Okay, so looking at the items, we have all these different tables here. I've got the physical book here with me, so I probably could have arranged this better, that way you guys could see the book, but I wasn't sure how much of the actual stuff in here I was going to use. So the characters are roughly kind of anywhere between like 3rd and 5th level right now. the way I do XP with these kids is a little bit different, so they're kind of spread out. But, you know, nothing too powerful, nothing too game-breaking. So we'll start at the lower level, but I'm not a big fan of consumable magic items. I find that consumables are kind of a red herring in terms of magic items. It seems like they're useful, right? But then you actually never end up using them because it feels like, oh, I don't want to waste this potion or this scroll. So I'm going to skip a lot of those. Oh, there's a drift. So in magic item table A, it's like a bunch of potions and scrolls. There's a bag of holding and a drift globe. So I'm going to put both of those in as potential options. But if you guys have ideas of ways to make these items unique or different, that would also be cool. They recently went to like a sort of a goblin market, like a knockoff magic item mart. And I had fun coming up with like weird non-mechanical ways in which the items are like justifiably half price. So somebody bought a Cloak of the Bat, right? And they haven't had a chance to use it yet. But the idea is that once they use it to fly, or whenever they activate it, they get all the same powers that you would get from a Cloak of the Bat, right? Which lets you fly and see in the dark and turn into a bat. But then for like an hour afterwards, they look like a bat, right? They're basically like a humanoid bat. They have like the smush nose and the big ears and stuff. There's no mechanical change, but it's like a weird defective magic item. So if you guys have ideas for those, that would be cool too. Like if you see a magic item on here, they're like, oh, that's cool, but what's a way we could improve it, right? Let me know. And I can make little notes because I always think it's fun to personalize items like that. Okay, so a magic item table B has, again, a bunch of potions. I find potions to be kind of boring. Oils, dusts, things like that. Let's avoid the filter of love. Let's see. There's an alchemy jug. Alchemy jugs are kind of fun. They're very weird. But let's put an alchemy jug on there. Cloak of the Manta Ray seems neat. Oh, let's see. We got some chat. Jose says, I read a post the other day where most dungeons are filled not as danger, but as I can't say that word. Because automation, right? To make the owner of the place. Yeah, like having a magic Roomba for a jelly cube. Oh, that's cool. Well, I retired a character since he was becoming more logical for the horror setting. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, drift globes are neat. I like drift globes. It's like a nice example of a way to just kind of get rid of the... My character doesn't have dark vision problem, right? And it doesn't take up a hand. Something I give my players is a cast iron pot called the Pot of Plenty. Once per day, it can take anything and make a meal that gives a +1 to resistances and doubles hit dice heals. That's cool. I like that. I have a similar item. Somebody at one point requested a magic item that would let them make whatever kind of food they wanted. So I called it a basket of Peekanique because I... I'm old and it went right over their heads. The kids didn't get it because they don't know who Yogi Bear is because that's like 70 years old. But let's put the Pot of Plenty. I like that idea. Pot of Plenty can create a meal that gives everyone resistances and doubles hit dice heals. I like that. The Cloak of the Bat can only recharge if the owner sleeps upside down. That is very funny, but I feel like then they wouldn't use it, right? It's got to be something that like doesn't actually impact them. Castle Red Fox says, I've had a bag of holding that was able to talk, and sometimes she would forget where she put things, and a random item would pop out from previous parties that owned her. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, a sentient magic item. I love it. A sentient magic item. A sentient bag of holding that occasionally forgets what she has or gives the party random items that a previous owner stored. I had an idea for a bag of holding that it works exactly like a bag of holding, but it makes like gross puke noises when you take something out, right? It's like, bleh, bleh, and then you get the thing you want, right? Make that a bento box you can only eat with included chopsticks. Yeah, right? Gotta like give them actual chopsticks. Okay, so I was gonna look at the Cloak of the Manta Ray. Seems like a little too specific, you know? So yeah, anything that like would make the kids feel cool or powerful or special or unique, right? That's kind of what we're looking for here. Because some of these are like Cloak of the Manta Ray is neat, but I think it's kind of like corner case. Do you know what I mean? Cloak of the Manta Ray. While wearing this cloak with its hood up, you can breathe underwater, and you have a swimming speed of 60 feet. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action. It's okay, but I feel like that's too specific. They're not going to get into that. Drift Globe, we have Goggles of Night. Kind of cool. I imagine it just sort of gives you dark vision, which kind of steps on the idea of a drift globe. What are some cool goggle ideas if we don't want to do Goggles of Night? David says, Book of Note Passing. Once you write a message, the person you determine within 10 feet has a note appear in the head. Ooh, I like that. Book of Note Passing. Super thirsty. They smile, have big shark teeth. Writing a note, writing a message. Once you write a message, yeah, that's how you phrased it. Once you write a message. So I have a very small window for my text, so let me know if I have to scroll. The person you determine within, 30 feet has a note appear in their hand. Yeah, totally. In their hand. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome, David. I like that. So what are some cool goggles they could maybe have? I think the kids would like goggles. Helm of Comprehending Languages. Ooh, Immovable Rod. Yes. So they're big Minecraft players. Ooh, Goggles of Detect Magic could be neat. Yeah, they would like that because they're always using Arcana, and a lot of them aren't proficient in Arcana. So that's a great one. Goggles of Detect Magic works like the spell, but with charges. Grant says Goggles of Accuracy. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Bonus action to adjust. Gain a +1 bonus on your next attack. Cool. Those are good. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I can just like throw ideas out, and then like there's enough people in the chat that I just like am rewarded if I just say pants, then like a bunch of pants ideas come in. That's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely a movable rod. So they're big Minecraft players, so they kind of like to solve puzzles and play with physics. So that stuff is always good. Lantern of Revealing seems good. Let's look at the lantern. Here we go. When lit, this hooded lantern burns for 6 hours, shedding bright light. Oh, sure, it reveals invisible creatures. Yeah, that's okay. Not as interested. 2 army kits suggest the Goggles of Secrets, which works like the Wand of Secrets. That is cool. They actually do already have a Wand of Secrets, so I probably wouldn't want to duplicate that. But that's a good magic item. I think that would be neat. Mariner's Armor feels pretty similar to the Cloak of the Manta Ray. Mithril Armor, Ring of Swimming. Ooh, Robe of Useful Items. Yeah, this is a fun one. Let's get that one for sure. Robe of Useful Items. Here we go. Has cloth patches sewn on, a dagger, a bullseye lantern, a steel mirror, a 10-foot pole, a hempen rope, and a sack. Oh, didn't they used to have a boat? There used to be one that was a boat. Oh yeah, here it is, a rowboat. Yeah, it has 44 other patches. The DM chooses the patches or determines them randomly. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, let me know if I have to scroll. Robe of Useful Items. You guys are so positive. This is a great chat. Yeah, that's very fun. I had I think I mentioned this on Twitter the other day, but my favorite memory of a robe of useful items, I thought at the time was a folding boat, but it's actually the robe of useful items. I was like playtesting. I was going to throw Strahd against some of my players in a 3rd edition Ravenloft campaign, and so I just kind of wanted to run a playtest fight with Strahd to like get used to him as a character, as a monster. And so I liked they were like on a tower fighting Strahd, and one player had a robe of useful items and like peeled off the boat patch and threw it at him, right? And and it like it hit him and it knocked him off the tower. So like I still remember the usefulness of the rowboat on the robe of useful items. Ooh, a Castle Red Fox says Decanter of Endless Water. That's always a good one. Endless Water. I feel like you could do that in a room that's flooded, right? Pants of Fire. They would get a kick out of that. Advantage on Deception. Yeah, they'd like that. Because I like the idea of like thinking that, oh man, they're these cool like flaming pants and then it just helps you with deception, right? Like, it's like a stupid joke. So a part of the way I'm doing it, and this is generally who Halaster is, but I'm really trying to play up Halaster as this like wacky mad scientist. So I do like the idea of a lot of items like this that are very zany and don't really have like obvious functions, or their intentions are kind of hidden. Like, all of these were presumably either made or found by Halaster, so you can really do crazy stuff like Pants of Fire, you know. That's awesome. Nice job, dishes and dice and dishes. Ring of Swimming, rope of climbing seems pretty useful. I feel like that they do a lot of climbing. That's kind of complicated. Yeah, let's skip rope of climbing. We have Wand of Secrets, Wand of Magic Detection. That's kind of like the goggles of magic detection, so we'll leave that alone. Okay, that's magic item table B. And then C, bunch of potions. Who cares? I never understood what Qual's Feather Token does. Qual's Feather Token. Is it like a Featherfall thing? Let us find out. Oh, so there's different kinds. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have used one of these before. Yeah. I'm probably okay. It's kind of complex. We'll skip Qual's Feather Token. Ooh, Bag of Beans seems cool. Yeah, we have a druid in the party. I bet they would get a kick out of the Bag of Beans. If it does what I am remembering that it does. Bag of Beans. Bag of Beans. Oh, wow, also very complicated. I could maybe even just do a simplified version of it, where it just like, it grows like a big beanstalk, right? Bag of beans. Yeah, it is very situational. Thanks to Army Kid. Simplified grows a beanstalk. I mean, they do kind of like, you know what? They do kind of like tables. They're like rolling on tables, so maybe that's worth doing. Okay. There's some nasty stuff in here, though. Mummy Lords, bullets, a treant. Yeah, wow. That could be dangerous. Ooh, Beanie of Common Sense. Thrice per day, it telepathically calls on you to do something not dangerous you're about to do. A killer mustache with mutton chops. That's pretty silly. Beanie of Common Sense. Thrice per day, it... Because I feel like it calling on you to just tell you not to do something. I like the idea, yeah, that you grow a beard. That's fun. I also like the idea of it, like, it gives you like advantage on like saving throws against like charms or something, right? It's like, hey, or versus illusions. Gives you advantage. But you can flavor it as like, well, now, right? Like, that the character is suddenly very logical, right? And like, you know, rational. Gives you advantage on saving throws against charms and illusions. Also, you grow a sick beard. Cool. What else is on my list here? Do we do Bag of Beans? Bead of Force. I kind of like the Bead of Force. It's like a nice... It is a consumable, but I like the idea of giving them like a little bomb. Yeah, wisdom saves. Yeah, true. It would probably end up being wisdom saves anyway, right? I have something in my teeth. Sorry. Yuck. Ooh, Chime of Opening. Seems good. Seems fun. So yeah, I'll go through like a handful of these tables, and then maybe we'll do like intellectual gremlin. Yeah, something is funny about it just like making you way smarter. I guess that's the headband of intellect, right? What was I looking at? The Chime of Opening. So I'll go through a few of these. Get through a couple of these tables, and then we should just kind of do an open brainstorm. Like, you guys keep throwing ideas out; those are awesome. But then we'll just like let's come up with 3 cloaks or like 3, you know, helmets. So you can strike it, pointing at an object. It can be opened. Yeah, I think a Chime of Opening is cool. I kind of think I want it to be... That's so funny, David. I was just going to say... I just saw your chat. I was just going to say maybe it should just be a skeleton key, and then on the 10th key, whatever, it breaks. Like, I kind of think that's cool. So call it a skeleton key, and it casts knock. It casts knock. Whenever you use it, you roll 1d20. I think what I would probably do is I would say that, like, the first time you use it, only if you get a 20 does it break. The next time you use it, if you get a 19 or a 20, right? You have to keep track of that. But I think that prevents it from just, like, endlessly being used. And they do like to roll dice because they do kind of get that sense of, like, random chance, right? On a 20, it breaks. Ooh, that's cool, Jose. I actually really like the idea of, like, chalk of pass wall or whatever, that you can, like, draw a door. Yeah, that's neat. But then, yeah, there's like a percent chance that somebody else comes through the other side. I love that. The next time you use it, that's great, Jose. You use it, it breaks on a 19 or 20, etc. So it's kind of got a shelf life, right? Okay. Chalk of Loony Escape. I don't know if I'll call it that, but that's funny. Once per day, you can draw a doorway on a wall and create a passage. 5% of the time, someone else steps through first. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's see. Chime of Opening, Decanter of Endless Water, we have. Good. Any bards in your party? No, I like that. Yeah, the Kazoo. We don't have a bard. Kazoo of Inspiration. Has charges. Yeah, they'd get a kick out of that. Can you guys still see it? Let me make sure you can see it. Yeah, cool. All right. Kazoo of Inspiration. Has charges. Grants, bardic, inspiration. Oop. Yeah, so I'm gonna make tons of typos, you guys. Just keep that in mind. X number of times per day. So what I'll probably end up doing, like, because I want to have a huge list of magic items, like, I will probably just randomly assign them to rooms. Yes, thank you, Joey. Please let me know if you can't see it. I'm happy to scroll it. I'll probably just have a big list of the random items, and then I'll just roll on the table and then hand them out, rather than trying to tie them to individual rooms. I'll just go through the dungeon and say, treasure, there's one magic item here. Treasure, there's one magic item here. I could try to find, if they're exploring the dungeon and I'm like, ooh, this is a great place for the Beat of Force or whatever, then yeah, I can place it there. But I like the idea that, like, I just have a huge master list of, like, 200 magic items. Ooh, yeah, portable hole is good. Always good. Portable hole. And you may make a joke about the bag of holding if you do, like, the intelligent bag of holding, that it's like, keep me away from that thing, right? Like, it doesn't want you to put them together. Okay. Necklace of fireballs, meh. It just seems too destructive. They're gonna blow something up. Like, one beat of force is fine, but a necklace of fireballs feels like a problem. Sending stones, I could take or leave them. They're not as much fun. Slug slime potion. When you drink it, your bones disappear, and you can slide through anywhere for 10 rounds. But you can't attack. Yeah, it's kind of like gaseous form, but you turn into a. Mount is awful when you have bad breath. Yeah, that's cool. I can do it. I would worry about potions, but I'll put it on there. Slug slime. Works like gaseous form, but you can't fly, right? Leaves terrible taste in your mouth. Bad breath. 1d4 hours. Yeah, tell me, Joey, hit me up. Magic item in your home setting. I was like zany stuff, especially for the kids. The kids like crazy, weird, wacky stuff, rather than, like, necessarily super powerful. Like, every once in a while it's cool to throw them, like, a powerful, like, artifact, but I think they generally prefer goofy things. Let's do D and E, and then maybe we'll just brainstorm some stuff. All these potions and stuff, blah 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 blah. Horseshoes. Why is magic item table D so short? There's, like, nothing on here. It's a bag of devouring. I don't know how I feel about cursed items. Like, they seem fun, but I actually kind of think that at the end of the day, it's going to be a net loss because they're going to be very suspicious of every item. So normally I would say yes, but I think, like, an overtly this is a negative item, especially a bag of devouring, is like such a fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah, let's not do that one. Yeah, the magic item table E is also really, there's like nothing on it. Okay, let's look at F. That's a big one, and then we'll try to brainstorm some of our own. Sentinel Shield's kind of boring. Braces of Archery, Brooch of Shielding. Ooh, Broom of Flying. Yep, that's a good one. Broom of Flying is fun, very classic. Cloak of Elvenkind, Cloak of Protection. I kind of like Gauntlets of Ogre Power. Ooh, Hat of Disguise, yeah. Gauntlet of Ogre Power. Hat of Disguise is good. Somebody already has a Javelin of Lightning. Ooh, that's cool. Sword of Healing. Yeah, because that's a fun moment to discover, right? Like, you don't know until you try it. It's this like awesome magic sword on a hit. Because that's cool too, because the amount of damage you would heal from Cure Wounds would be roughly the same as you. Yeah, that's awesome. You heal 1d8 plus whatever, 1d8 plus strength, instead of dealing damage. Yeah, that's awesome. Is that like? Because I kind of think it heals the person you're hitting. So it's like a nice curse in that moment, but then you could use it on the party, right? You could like attack somebody in the party. I guess you could spam that, but I do like the idea. I think that's really cool. Thank you, Army Kid. Oh, I have to move this. How do I... Let me get it figured out. Yeah, I liked this setup because it's like, look, I'm behind the screen, but then y'all can't see shit. So that doesn't work. Okay, so this might take a second. I'm just gonna scoot this whole thing up. Sorry if this is making me lag. There we go. Okay. Sorry for the lag. We're back. Ooh, Gloves of Missile Snaring is cool. Red Fox says Magical Monster Cage. Oh, I gotta tell you, Joey. That's so funny because the kids love that. They love to capture beasts. That's like all they do. They want to tame every creature. I actually basically already have an item like that, but it would probably be good to give them another one. Yeah, cool. I gave them the like... They basically came out and asked for the item in Fantastic Beasts, like the suitcase with the little latch. So I ended up just giving them to that and I said, okay, you have 10 animals that, or 10 beasts that can live in this extra dimensional space. Like, I have a player that literally doesn't do anything but roll to find beasts and then roll to tame them. And he didn't even like make a ranger or a druid or someone with like good animal handling. He's playing a rogue and he's got like +0 to it. And that's literally the only thing that he does. And no matter how much I try to like get him to do other things, he just wants to look for creatures and tame them. So that's a very prescient magic item suggestion. But yeah, I do kind of need another one. So let's do Halaster's Magical Monster Cage. Halaster's. Yeah, exactly. You can capture, but I like the idea, yeah, that you could like throw it, right? You can capture one creature. I like that you specify beast, monstrosity, or ooze. That is CR1 or less. As an action, you can summon the creature and it fights for you. Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly the kind of thing that I like. Fights for you. I wanted to put Gloves of Missile Snaring on there. Of Missile Snaring. Cool. I'm now realizing I'm gonna have to mechanically design all of these items. Oh no. Disco Ball of Hiding works as a pass without trace ×2, but on a 1 or 2 it creates light and disco music, and you can only shut down when dancing under it for 2 turns. That's so silly. I like the idea of like a shimmering distraction though. Like it like, what about a disco ball that disco ball of distraction creates a hypnotic pattern effect. Hypnotic pattern effect. which like basically then would then allow you to sneak past, but I think that's a little more complicated. Okay, let's see. Ooh, Slippers of Spider Climb are great. Slippers of Spider Climb. Ooh, that's cool, David. Yeah, they like anything that's like an overt reference. Ender Eye. I'll put that in quotes. Ender Eye. Throw an item up to 30 feet and teleport there. These are so silly, Jose. Okay. So let's see. What does the Pearl of Power do? I'm not familiar with the Pearl of Power. Pearl of Power. You use an action to speak this Pearl's command word and regain. Ooh, yes, actually, that's good. I have a player that specifically requested an item that would let them get spell slots back. Pearl of Power, perfect. Plushy armor. That's so silly. Slippers of Spider Climb. We have Staff of the Adder, Staff of the Python. Ooh, you know what? I actually kind of want Trident of Fish Command. As silly as that is, because they're gonna get a kick out of it, I think. Because of how Aquaman that is. Wand of Magic Missiles, Wand of the War Mage, Wand of Web. Ooh, Bag of Tricks is good. Let's do a Bag of Tricks. Bag of Tricks. Halaster's Pot of Irresistible Stew. Are we charmed? It's like too irresistible. Yeah, that's cool. We have a couple of like food generating magic items. Boots of the Winterlands. Ooh, I like Circlet of Blasting. Ooh, Ring of Spell Storing. That's true. I don't know what level that is. I'm worried about giving that out too low. Yeah, that's magic item table G. I could probably do it. It would have to be a rare one, but like Ring of Spell Storing. I kind of think the Pearl of Power is maybe smarter. Just to let them do it for now. Let's do... I like Circlet of Blasting. Halaster's Pot of Irresistibles too. Pot of... Yeah, it can function like Tasha's Hideous Laughter, right? But the Irresistible Stew. As an action, it creates a delicious stew. I like the idea of like any creature that can smell, right? Like, which you kind of have to make a judgment call, you know, about which creatures can and can't smell, but like it doesn't work on constructs, you know, but it might work on oozes that can smell. Must make a saving throw or be charmed into eating the stew. I even like the idea of like, this is going a little further, but like into eating the stew. If two creatures are charmed, that they fight each other, right? They fight one another. Oh, there we go. To see who gets to eat the stew. Yeah, I like that. Let me check and make sure you guys can still see it. Cool, you can. Cool. Sorry for the lag. Okay. Like this, yeah. Magic Item Table F is like the good one. Ever Smoking Bottle is good. Oh yeah, Gloves of Missile Snaring. You got those right on there. I like Headband of Intellect. It's a little bit too mechanical, I think. Ooh, what's Medallion of Thoughts? I could see Helm of Telepathy. Helm of Telepathy. You guys are like, we're killing it. Look at all these magic items we have already. Crazy. Helm of Telepathy. Oh, right. I was looking at Medallion of Thoughts. Medallion of Thoughts. Sea monkeys in a can. Crab-like creature under your command. Yeah, that's cool. Medallion of Thoughts. Sure, just cast it to get to Tech Thoughts. That's kind of boring. Necklace of Adaptation. Periactive Wound Closure. Pipes of Haunting. Ooh, I like Pipes of the Sewers. They would probably get a kick out of that. Pipes of the Sewers. Sea monkeys in a can. That's very silly. I think if I did that, it wouldn't be I think it would be literal like aquatic monkeys. You know, like they would assume that they know what a sea monkey is in a can. Add water, summons, 2d6 baboons that breathe water and have a swim speed. Like they'd be actual monkeys, Okay. Ring of Jumping seems fun. Quiver of Alana. Winged Boots is probably too powerful. I never liked Winged Boots because it's kind of like the broom, but you can't ever like lose it or take it off. It's just like I just have a fly speed, Okay, cool. So that's the last item I want to pluck out of the book, because I think most of the rest of these are going to be a little too powerful. So we're gonna close the DMG now, and then I want to look at all the things we have. Let me see. Oop! Ah! Oh God. Okay. So if I go like that, can I scroll it and it'll still work? Yeah, you can't see the whole thing. Okay, interesting. I gotta get a new overlay. This is not a good one, I don't think. Oh yeah, it's still off. There we go. Terrible. The whole world. So let's think of some more stuff. I just suddenly got like a really bad headache. So I'm gonna go get some drugs. I'm gonna go get super high. And I'll be back in like 2 minutes. But let's start thinking about, I'll try to brainstorm one as well. Let's try to think of cloaks. I want to think of at least 3 good cloak ideas that I can put on here. We'll just kind of go through the different types of items, just to fatten the list up. We might do a short stream today because like this is like way more than I will need, but that's awesome. So I'm gonna get some pills. I'll be back. You guys think about cloaks, and I'll be right back. Magic porta potty. Get out of here. Okay, I'm back. Magic porta potty. It's a 12 by 4 inch box that goes to supersize, but hasn't been washed in 100 years. Uses a weapon. The cloak croak. The croak cloak. Croak croak. Croak. It looks like a frog. You can cast jump through it once per day. Yeah, that's fun. The croak cloak resembles a frog. You gain a swim speed, maybe, and can cast jump once per day. Yeah, that's cool. What other kinds of cloaks? Cape of the Wind. Sweeping the cape activates. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, you like flap it. I love that. Yeah. Cape of the Wind. Sweeping the cape. Cape activates a gust of wind spell. That's cool. Capes, cloaks. I'm trying to think of like, yeah, David has a similar thought process I had. Like, it makes me immediately think of the Cloak of the Bat, right? Ooh, yeah, the Cloak of Billowing is cool. Does that literally just look cool? Is that all it does? It just looks rad. Cloaks. Because, like, you know, you would assume one that would, like, let you hide or turn invisible or whatever. I kind of want to, like, do a version of the invisibility cloak. Right? What if there's, like, a cloak of darkness or something where it's a cloak, but there's, like, an orb of darkness centered on it. So you go into a room and you see this orb of darkness, and you have to, like, work your way through, and then you discover this cloak. So it makes darkness, but you can't actually hide because everyone sees the giant globe, right? Like, something like that. Like, I like the idea of some iteration of the cloak of invisibility. Ooh, what about a cloak where when you put the hood up, it douses all the lights in the room? Cloak of shadow. When you put the hood up, it creates a globe of darkness centered on you. Is that a thing? Is the Cloak of Shadows a thing? I'm just not remembering it. Let me check. Because again, I like the idea of, like, they're being similar to existing items, but they're a little bit different. Like, if this guy invented his own stuff, that, like, they wouldn't be items that anyone else would be familiar with, you know, that they would have ever seen before. Is the Cloak of Shadows a thing, and I just don't remember? Could be. Cloak of Protection, Cloak of the Mantle. Oh, I don't see it. Not here anyway. Darkwing Cloak. Yeah. Oh, listen, I got that reference. You know, my age too. Yeah, Crystal of Darkness centered on you. You have to say silly superhero phrases. I mean, yeah, you could do a cloak like that where, like, you know, maybe it's not a shadow cloak, but it's got, like, a command word. Vroom vroom outside. You guys hear that? That's like a silly superhero phrase, right? Like up and away, or to infinity and beyond, or whatever. Yeah, it's like a cloak that lets you fly, but you have to say up and away. Oh, the Trickster channel ability is called Cloak of Shadows. I'm like, man, that sounds familiar, but I'm not seeing it here. Crystal of Darkness centered on you. Yeah, so let's do, like, Cape of Heroism. Like, if you say, when you don the cloak, you choose a heroic phrase. Whenever you say the heroic phrase, you can fly / gain resistance or something, right? That there's, like, depending on which one you choose, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Let's think of, how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 is good. Yeah, I think 5 is plenty. Let's think of 5, like, amulets. You know, something that you would, like, wear around your neck, like a necklace or an amulet or a periapt or something like that. So necklaces are trickier because, like, the King's Cloak, this ornate cloak, is invisible to everyone except the wearer. Oh, sure. Or it could be invisible. Yeah, that's silly. I like that. I don't know what it would do beyond just, like, being silly. The King's Cloak. Yeah, like a reverse cloak of invisibility, right, would, like, turn everyone else invisible while you wear it, which is kind of funny. The cloak is invisible. Painter's Cloak. Wearing this cloak, you can cast. Uses the spell Wall of Light. Wearing this cloak, you can cast a color spray spell X times per day. You can also remove the cloak. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I want to do something with this King's Cloak, right? Like, I like that idea of playing with that myth, but like, because that's about like no one being willing to tell him. Yeah, what if it's a joke where like it grants you some bonus, but while you wear it, your clothes appear invisible, so you're just like standing there in your underwear, right? Yeah, while wearing the cloak. I mean, yeah, it could just be as simple as that, honestly. I'm trying to think of, like, it doesn't even need to give you a bonus or an ability. I like the idea that, like, you put it on and you think it looks awesome. And, like, that's the curse of it, right? Like, you put it on and you think you look awesome, and you look down and you're like, yeah, but everyone else, they see all your clothes disappear. This cloak, your clothes are invisible to everyone but you. And, like, you know, you do a cartoon thing where, like, they're wearing their, like, you know, heart pattern. What do your underpants look like? Painter's cloak. And it's like a smock, right? Like, yeah, painter's smock. Is that how you spell smock? While wearing this cloak, you can cast color spray X times per day. X times per day. Cool. I think that's plenty of cloaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's so many. Okay, plus any of the other ones we have up there. So amulets. Amulets are tricky because I don't feel like they have like a unified purpose, right? You know, it seems like if it's an amulet, it gives you usually some kind of passive thing. There's not a lot of amulets that have like activatable abilities. Oh, you can't see the text? Scrolling. Thank you for reminding me. Nope, no, you still can't see it. But for the opposite reason. How's that? Still no? Where is it? Oh, weird. I don't know why that happened. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I gotta change my overlay. Amulets. For some reason I have the idea of like an amulet that has like a banshee scream in it. You know? That you open it, it's almost like a jar, like a jarred scream. Like you open it and it screams out in front of you and then you close it again. Or maybe it's like everyone in front of you. Banshee cage. As an action, you can open the doors on this amulet. You can open the doors. This amulet and unleash a banshee scream. Everyone in the cone make a saving throw or fall to 0 hit points. I mean, I think you can maybe do like everyone who can hear it, right? Like the joke is that like it's actually kind of a nuclear option. Everyone who can hear it but you. So that way, like, they don't just constantly use it, right? It's like a power, but if you're alone, it's great. But if you're with the rest of the party, it could be disastrous. What else? What else? Boy, amulets are tough, right? I don't have a lot of great amulet ideas. An amulet that... The bling amulet. 4 chains growing out of it. They can either help you climb, attack, or defend. Oh, like, yeah, spawns chains. That's interesting. Yeah, the idea of chains are kind of cool. An amulet that, like, yeah, you can pull on or whatever to make a chain. Or, like, an amulet. Could, you know, it could be a necklace as well. Yeah, these are tough. Let's maybe skip these because I'm having a tough time with it. I'm trying to think of like cool things that you could do with those. What's another kind of magic item that's neat? What about belts? Let's do a bunch of belts. How about a belt? Like what kind of stuff don't we have? We have a lot of like transformation things. We have a lot of like it casts a spell or makes an attack, right? What about a belt that... What other kinds of things could it do? Because, like, passive abilities are fine, but they're sort of a little boring, you know? Ooh, what about... This is another amulet. What about, like, a... I was thinking about Flavor Flav. Amulet of Continual Flame. So it just, like... It's sort of like a torch. Lost Love's Locket. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love that, Joey. That's cool. Spend an action to summon a ghost. To summon a ghost. A former lover. Imprisoned in the locket. The ghost, yeah. But I like the idea that, like, the person wearing the amulet or the locket like the ghost believes you are their lover, and so they come out and they're like, "I'll help you," right? And they do whatever, they attack, they scream, they do whatever their thing is, but they don't realize that you aren't their love, right? Like it's just a flavor thing, like so just like the way they talk to you, right? They think that you must be because you're the one who has the amulet, right? Yeah. The belch belt. Called Thunderclap, but it comes out like a belch. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. It's got like a big dwarven belt buckle. Yeah, that's fun. Spend an action to summon a ghost. I love that. That's a great item, Joey. The lover of a previous owner of the amulet. They can't tell the difference between you and their lover. I love that. The belch, yeah. Thunderwave. Hey, Two Army Kid. Oh, you changed your picture. Thunderwave, but it sounds like a belch. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you lose your pants. Belt of Escape. That's great. X times per day. You automatically escape a grapple, but lose your pants. Great. Oh yeah, that's cool. Belt of Returning. Comes with 3 daggers that, when thrown, return to the belt. Yeah, other good belt ideas. I like the Belt of Escape. You know, it's like a thing you can activate in a certain... It's like a conditional, but it's one that's useful when it comes up a lot. Goblin Kind. To speak Goblin, but transforms their teeth into sharp yellow goblin teeth. Yeah, that's cool. It's almost like a Belt of Dwarven Kind, right? I mean, you could honestly even do like a suite of those. Like a Belt of Dwarven Kind that gives you stone cutting, but you grow a beard, right? Belt of Goblin Kind. Gives you like Nimble Escape, I think is the ability, and you can speak Goblin, but your skin turns green and your teeth get pointed. Yeah, silly. How many belts is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 belts? Yeah, let's do like 2 more. Gosh, you guys are killing these. Like, I'm not even getting ideas out. You're giving them to me so fast. The belt of... I keep thinking transformation, and that's boring. What about like a magnetic belt or a magnetic amulet, right? That pulls in. I like the idea, Castle Red Fox, of a belt that you have to throw at somebody, like to grapple them. Yeah. A belt of entanglement. A seat belt. I'm not good with belts. A belt you throw at someone and it grapples them. Magnetic amulet. As an action, you can pull one metal item to you. Actually, that's maybe a ring. Yeah, let's make that a ring. Ring of magnetism. Magnetism. I had a belt. I just had a belt idea. I said it out loud and I forgot it because I was thinking about seat belts and escape belts. Belt of entanglement, belt of like it's about like holding things together, right? Like if there's something about the buckle or the clasp, or when you take the belt off, this thing happens. When you put the belt on, this thing happens, right? You guys see it okay? Nope. You sure can't. There you go. Belt of what? I want like one more belt. What do belts do? Hypno belt. The umbilical spin with a spiral and charm one creature that sees it. Yeah. We have a lot of charms. Honestly, that's actually a pretty good amulet, right? Like the hypnotist amulet. Yeah. Amulet of hypnotism. Hypnotism. I kind of like the idea of, it's sort of like the Thunderwave one, but like the belt buckle being shaped and he can like answer questions or ask questions, right? That like it wizard suspenders. That's crazy. Hypnotism as an action. Kind of like Regis, right? In Alright, Salvatore. You can hypnotize somebody. God, I just had one. I think it's like a belt. I don't know what it's called. A belt that speaks. A belt buckle that speaks. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm tempted to make it intelligent, but I don't know, like, what would it do? What would it like? What would its function be? Because you know, the notion of like, hey, this is like a big. This big vanity belt was like a wrestling belt or something, right? I mean, yeah, like what about like a belt of grappling? And the point is that it makes you good at grappling, right? I mean, it's kind of funny if there's a belt of grappling and a belt of grappling, right? Yeah, like a wrestler's belt. Let's do a wrestler's belt. Yeah, and then the joke is that like it talks, right? So it talks like Macho Man. When you have advantage on all grapple checks. Whenever you initiate a grapple, whenever you succeed, yeah, on all grapple checks. Whenever you succeed on a grapple check, it says, "Oh yeah," and whenever you fail on a grapple check, it says, "Oh no." Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we have a lot of these belts. Belt of warning. Ooh, I like the shield belt. That's cool. Yeah. You can cast shield and it like gets really big and then goes back down. Yeah, belt of warning. Ooh. Yeah, Castle Reflex. I think that's like a scabbard. But I love that. Okay, so belt of warning. I like the idea that it's like, look out, right? Like, yeah. It it shouts, look out, over and over and over again. When there's an invisible creature within 30 feet of you. It's pretty funny. Remember all. I think the remember all is like a it feels like a fog when you forget something. But I feel like how would they know, like, you know, like at what moment do they know they forgot something? You know? I mean, that might be kind of cool because it's like a thing that I can use as a DM. I think it's maybe an amulet and not a belt, but I like the idea of, yeah, of me saying, you've forgotten this. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Remember all. Amulet. fills with red fog when they've forgotten something. Kind of silly, but I like the idea. I love the phantom weapon, phantom scabbard. As an action, you draw a weapon. You draw a phantom weapon. To your specifications. Can be. Is that a screamer letter? Yeah. But it can be. Yeah, it can be finesse, two-handed. Okay, come on. I like the shield belt. Belt of shielding. And then let's move on, because that's a lot of belts. Cast. Shield. Once per day. Okay. I gotta move the thing, because you guys still can't see it. Oh, no, you can. Okay, great. So let's see. Oh, what's another? Let's do rings, because we did the ring of magnetism. So let's think of like 5 ring options. Rings. So we have the ring of magnetism, so it pulls things to you. It does feel kind of hand related, right? Ring of. I almost want like I guess this would be a glove, but I sort of want like the equivalent of like a Midas glove, right? Like you can turn something to gold. But I like the idea that like you turn it to gold briefly, that it only stays gold. Yeah, it's called like a fool's glove. Fool's glove. When you touch something with this glove, it turns to gold. That gold melts into useless slag in 1 minute. That's a glove, right? Or a gauntlet. But I like that idea. Rings. They feel kind of like defensive, sort of, right? Like it's like the ring of mind shielding. And I think there's like there's a rod of absorption. You could do like a set of rings, you know, like if they each get one. It's a little Captain Planet-y, but you could do like, you know, a ring of this and a ring of that. They have a ring. One of the characters is a ring of fire immunity. It was meant to be a ring of fire resistance, but I just forgot that immunity and resistance are different, so now it's canonically a ring of fire immunity. A ring of what? Let me look at some of the rings to determine if there's one I like. Ugh. Rings. Lots of robes. Ring of shooting stars, ring of resistance, ring of spell storing, ring of spell turning, ring of swimming, ring of telekinesis, kind of like the ring of magnetism. Yeah, ring of the ram, ring of 3 wishes, ring of warmth, ring of water walking, ring of x-ray vision. That's weird that that's a ring and not goggles. Ring of evasion, ring of featherfall, ring of free action, ring of invisibility. Oh, here we go. Ring of the Golem gives you great strength, but turns little by little. Ooh, it's like slowly petrifies you. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that's interesting. I like the Ring of Friendship too. So yeah, Ring of the Golem is cool because I like the idea of it petrifying you. Ring of the Golem. You gain resistance. You gain enhanced strength. You gain, you know, like magic resistance, like all this crazy stuff that makes you super powerful. But then when you take a long rest, you petrify. Yeah, that's cool. I like the Ring of Friendship. I I don't think you have to knock them unconscious, but you can like trick them to wear it. Then like I like the idea of like take this and then you're charmed by me, right? Like the person wearing the ring is charmed by the person attuned to the ring. Yeah, I dig that. We actually do have a Ring of the Ram. Someone bought they bought one, and I I described it because it's one of the knockoff ones, right? So like the Cloak of the Bat has the weird knockoff to it. So I described it as like you expect it to have little rams on the side, but they're just like little triangles, and you don't really understand why. No one's used it yet, but I'm gonna have it be a Ring of the Ramp. That it like it does the same thing, but it summons a giant like ramp that pushes them. Thank you, Joey. Ring of Tracking. Ooh, I like that. Ring of Tracking. While attuned, the wearer knows the location. Knows the location at all times. All times. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty good. How many rings is that? Rings. That's 3 rings for the Elven Kings under the sky. I like, yeah, like a summoning ring is cool. There's a ring of Jinn summoning. A ring of... Oh, still can't see the text. Still no? That's weird. What's going on? There you go. Sorry. I'm looking at the pictures. There's a picture of like the Ring of Evasion has a hummingbird on it. Like I like the idea of like a ring of like levitation where you can't fly while wearing the ring. You hover 1 inch above the ground. So then you can like go over lava and you know what I mean? Like things like that. Let's think of one more ring. You have to kiss it 5 times a day. That's cool. I like kissing the ring. That's an interesting idea. It's kind of like the Ring of Friendship, but like if you can get someone to kiss it, then you dominate them or whatever. Or make others kiss it. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about the Chain of Acheron, Matt Colville's campaign, and the idea of like a ring that you can't take off. You know, like once it goes on, it stays there for some reason. Like, you know, it shrinks or it embeds, you know, microfilaments into your finger. I like the idea of a ring that like shrinks a little bit and then it sticks on there. But I don't know, like, that just feels like a curse to me, you know, if it's not a positive thing. Ring of... I'm trying to think of, like, something, like, weird you could do that isn't wear it, right? Because I really like the Ring of Tracking for that reason, that, like, it actually has a different function that, like, or even the Ring of Friendship, like, while you wear it, it doesn't actually help you. You know, it's more where it is, or someone else wearing it, right? Oh, what if it's like a pair of like wedding rings? So like, you know, bonded rings. Like while 2 people wear these rings, they gain some benefit. Right, like increased ring pop. That's kind of funny. Yeah, it's like Goodberry. Increased AC or whatever. Oh wow, Red Fox is going to town. The ring pop. But yeah, I like the idea. Yeah, that it's like it's made of you know, like it's like a vine, and then it grows like a good berry every day. Yeah. Ring of Goodberry. Every day, the ring grows 1 Could vary. Oh, wow. That's so powerful, Castle Red Fox. Holy cow. That might be a little too much. I do like the idea of like a ring of accuracy, though. Oh, what about the idea of a ring where like you take it off? It's like when you look through it, you see something, right? Like, yeah, it might be too good for the levels. It is cool though. I like that. I like the idea of, yeah, like a almost like a see invisibility thing, right? Where if you look through the ring, you can see stuff. I don't know if you're still here, Grant, but I did give one of the characters in the party has a version of Draupnir, Odin's ring, that like drips 9 versions of itself. Or I think he has to do 1 per day. He gets another version. But yeah, I like the idea of looking through it. I think that's cool. Ooh, Ring of Revealing. That's a cool name. Ring of Revealing. While you look through the ring. So that's something fun there too, where vroom vroom, where you like, yeah, take it off and you can see hidden objects. You have to like look through. Ooh, that's cool. I like that, Castle Red Fox. While you look through the ring, you can a clip-on earring to see through. You can identify objects. I like the idea, magic items, that like, you know, what I like about that is that you'd have that moment where they would put it on and it's like, it's obviously magical, nothing happens. You know, you attune to it, you still don't understand how it works, right? Yeah, but it's like you take it off and you like gaze through. I mean, that almost feels like a jeweler's lobe at that point, but I kind of like it being like an actual ring. Okay, cool. That's good for rings, I think. Let's maybe do a few more. I might end a little early today just because of this headache, but also because like we're killing it. I have like 2 pages of items now, right? Like way more than I need. So let me flip through. Let's do like 2 more categories. So let's do some boots, maybe. Boots are cool. And then let's do like some random wondrous items. Some other last like crazy stuff. So what are some good boots? Obviously, you know, they're all about, boots tend to be about movement. Let me scroll back up so y'all can see it. There we go. So boots of running fast, boots of jumping high, boots of, you know, not leaving tracks, boots of I think there's at least 1 pair of boots that leaves like a different kind of track, right? That like you wear it and you designate like, I want to leave bugbear tracks, and it leaves bugbear tracks. In a dungeon, that's probably not as useful. Ooh, boots of double jump is actually kind of cool. I bet they would get a kick out of that, right? That like you can jump and then hover in the air and then jump again. I don't know how you would mechanize that. But it's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Boots of double jump. You can jump once. You can jump once. They look at you like a sneak attack. Ridiculous. Ooh, spiked boots. They'd get a kick out of that. Yeah. Jump once, hover in the air, and jump again. Spiked boots. I like the idea of bunny slippers. Yeah. Boots of tracelessness. You leave no trail. Bunny slippers. I don't know what they do, but I like the idea of them. Spiked boots. You deal damage when you jump on someone. I like the idea of iron boots, because that's the thing with that. They've met red caps in the campaign before, so you can kind of specifically make them like red cap boots, and then maybe give them a thing where like you can't be pushed or pulled. Can't be. Ooh, yeah, boots of reverse gravity. That's good. Or pulled, and you sink to the bottom. You know, very Zelda of water. Reverse gravity boots is cool. Only for wearer. What do these bunny slippers do? Because like sneak attack feels like it's too tied to the rogue, but like I love the idea of bunny slippers. Having them go faster or go quietly, it's just like boots of elven kind or boots of speed, right? Like having them jump, you know, they're bunnies. I like the idea that it's like something about the fact that they are rabbits. You know, like they sniff or they can like track. Ooh, roller boots. They're wheelies. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think they can sniff. The rabbits can smell things and give you tracking. Ooh, tremor sense is pretty good. Even just tremor boots is pretty good. Ooh, I actually like the water walk. That's cool. Tremor sense. Aw, claw attack. I like they have like a bite attack. Yeah, I think they have a number of abilities, right? So like they can hear things. They can sense the ground. Because I like they're very powerful, but then you have to wear these goofy bunny slippers. They have a bite attack. They can hear things. They can sense the ground. They maybe even give you a bonus to jump. They give you a +5 bonus to speed. And a +10 bonus to your jump distance. It's like all these benefits, but you have to wear these doofy bunny slippers. Bonus to your jump distance. Yeah, I love it. I like tremor sense boots. Oh yeah, boots of water running. Okay, that seems like plenty of boots. If you guys have any more, throw them out, but that's good for me. Walk across the water. Cool. So let's do like 5 more like random magic items, like wondrous item stuff, like crazy things. I know we have a bunch of those already. But let's try to think of just like a handful of like almost sort of apparatus of Koalish levels where it's like a very like a big goofy thing. Like honestly, even like some game breaking like artifact type stuff could be kind of fun, right? Like as a quick font of other options. Come on, why can't I get that in? There we go. Should I think like 5 like big, you know, kind of centerpiece magic items? I think a mecha is like close to what I'm thinking of, right? Like a big powered armor suit. Yeah, powered armor. Full plate armor. Like runes on the palms that shoot magic. Can fly limitedly. Like I like the idea of like you can wear it, but then you can't cast spells inside of it. You can't use weapons, right? It's almost like it takes over. You like anyone could be in it and fighting. They're like they maybe they fight it and it defeats them, and it turns out that there's like a kobold in there, right? Like it's this big. It replaces your normal class abilities. That's cool. Like what are some other big ones? I almost like the idea of like a book or something like that, you know, like some major shit. Big game changing stuff. Magic marker. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep. Magic. I might even call it magic chalk. Red Fox is magic marker. Is Red Fox like a wizard in your world? Because it feels like they are a little bit. The user draws an object and it exists and it comes to life. And it comes into existence. Existence. Boy, I can't spell. Oh my gosh. For a short time. Just do it. Just do the thing. God. Yeah, I wondered. I mean, Castle Red Fox, right? Like, that kind of makes sense. Magic Chalk. Yeah, I could call it Red Foxes. That's cool. Yeah, of course. That makes sense to me now. Book of Google. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. A book. I'll call it a book of Google, but like something like that's kind of funny. Making some joke. One free question to the Dungeon Master. Guaranteed. Ooh, what about the Dungeon Master's Guide as an item? Yeah, that's cool. The Dungeon Master's Guide. One free question to the Dungeon Master whenever consorted. Oh, yeah, you don't have to be that honored. It's a cool name. Marble Sack. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like the idea. And it makes like a pearl, yeah, sack of marbles. When activated, it creates a tiny hut. It creates a tiny hut. When the person who activated it leaves, the marble shatters. And who activated. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think it's me, right? Like, the book is a literal gateway to Timothy, right? That, like, I exist in the world, and I'm through that book. Yeah. I like that. The marble shatters. Yeah, that's good, Jose. Like that Acquisition Incorporated, right? Where they go to wizards. Okay, let's think of like 2 more. And then I might call it. That was a good stream. Very productive. I kind of want something on the order of like the Scroll of Tarask summoning, right? Like I kind of want something that's like big and apocalyptic, and like by using it, it's kind of a nuclear option, right? Like come out of the pages. Yeah, like a 3D silhouette. That's cool. I like that. I don't want to summon a Tarask, but like I like the idea of like a demon or a red dragon or something that's like imprisoned in an item, and that like if you use it, there's a certain % chance that it gets free. You know, you could take I think it's the Shield of the Hidden Lord, right? Out of Avernus, I think has something similar to that. I think it's like a sword of Osboralkosh, which is a dragon name that I use every once in a while. A red dragon imprisoned in a greatsword. Whenever the sword deals damage, there's a 1 in 20% chance he appears. Ooh, I have done like a dragon turtle in a bottle. That's kind of cool. I actually wonder if we do like ship in a bottle. The characters can retreat onto the ship. So it's kind of like a portable hole, right? That like you could go onto the ship and then someone could put that in their bag. It's also a good way to justify if somebody is missing in the game, right? That they're on the ship. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I think that's good. Unless y'all have anything else. Ooh. I like that. Ooh, it opens a portal to hell. That's cool. Yeah, like an in case of emergency. That's cool. So let's do Conch of the Kraken. I think that's cool. Conch of the Kraken. Blow to summon a Kraken tentacle. There's a chance it summons the full. There's the full Kraken. Yeah, a bottle. I'm trying to think of that. I like the idea that it's glass, right? It might even just be like a sheet of glass that says like in case of emergency break, and you break it and then something crazy happens and they don't know what it is. Emergency glass. In case of emergency break, when broken, one of a number of insane things. Teleported to another plane. You know, 1D100 demons summoned. You know, like get an audience with a god. You know, like crazy wacky stuff, but like they don't know what it is, right? Okay, cool. I think that's plenty. How many items is that, out of curiosity? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Let's assume that like 25. That's like 75-ish items. Pretty good. That's a lot. That's way more than I'm gonna need. But then I'll have it, right? I'll always be able to come back to it. Ah, God. Cool. Thanks so much, everybody. It was awesome to come hang out with you all. This was a great stream. I was so convinced that no one was gonna be here. I was right on the verge of canceling. So it was great to have so many cheerful and supportive and helpful and creative friends in the chat today. You guys are all longtime followers of mine, but if you are watching this on VOD, let me go through the normal little spiel that I go through. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We would love to have you come back to more streams in the future. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Castle Red Fox. It was fun to just kind of like let loose, you know, and not have to worry too much about plot, about like, let's just endless creativity. Let's just like think of a bunch of cool ideas. So please consider subscribing to the channel if you are not already. You'll get notified when new videos go up. I have not only these streams on Tuesdays, but I post my world building streams, or I host world building streams on Sunday evenings, 6 p.m. PST my time. I don't know what that would be wherever you are. And then I will generally post my thoughts from the table, which are little kind of bite-sized gaming blog stuff about what it's like to run the campaigns that I'm yeah, you should write them all down. You know what? I will maybe even make this list available if you guys don't mind. That way you could just copy that. Yeah, maybe I'll post some screenshots on Twitter if that would help you, David. Yeah. So then let's see. Yeah, so subscribe to the channel, and if you like my content, you can find me on Twitter. I am at XPWebSeries. Yeah, I love thinking of crazy magic items to Army Kid. I'm glad you do too. Thanks, Castle Red Fox. I'm glad you like those. I wasn't sure if they were going to go over well. Totally. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of horror settings with adults, so that's cool. That's totally cool. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at XPWebSeries. I'm also on Instagram at that. We have a Discord as well, which is like a great community. If you are in my YouTube community but not in the Discord community, I encourage you to make that jump. A lot of great people over there. David and Castle Red Fox and Grant can attest to that. If you really, really like me, you can find my Patreon, which is also linked below. That's basically how I keep the lights on around here. The Patreon allows me to not only make streams like this, but also to make weekly content. Like I make a monster every day of the week. We're doing Elemental Week right now, which is really exciting. So I've made 2, the Acid and the Ice Elemental. I have 3 more planned for the rest of the week, but I won't say what they are because it's a surprise. Thank you so much, Castle Red Fox. I did help you out with a magic item last month. We got to schedule our chat. So one of the perks you can get if you are I think it's a 15 level, $15 donor, maybe 20, is that you can, we have a 30-minute chat once a month. So I got to get those scheduled. I know I owe Castle Red Fox one and David one this month. So if you really like my content, that's a great place to support me. I also am a professional dungeon master. So if you really, really like me, you can hire me to run an adventure for you or a campaign. You can find me at ProDM.net. That's PRO-DM.net. And there's a whole bunch of information there all about the kinds of services that I offer. So if you're watching this on VOD, consider checking that out. I know everybody in the chat knows about this stuff already, but I gotta say it, I gotta do my hustle. With all that out of the way, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I will probably be streaming again on Thursday over on our Twitch channel if you want to check that out. But in the meantime, thank you so much for all of your creativity. I will be sure to post these online. That way you can use them in your campaign. And happy adventuring. I almost said thanks for adventuring. That's also a good slogan too. Thanks for adventuring. Happy adventuring, everybody. I'll see you next time.